Riding is on Millzeal, who's an easy commodity, but she does handle the rain-affected ground okay. Won a Seymour Class 4 on heavy ground, and last time she was third up, she ran a good fourth here behind Ruling Eyes. She's Archie ran a place in that race. No Chatter about to come along. There's been a nibble of at odds for her, but the favourite pretty solid is Belasco. Ran a terrific race in Adelaide last time out behind Regal Challenger, who made it 3 in a row. He's flying. Anglay's second pick in the race. Vlad Durick going for a double on her. She was poor last time out, but back to Moonee Valley where she'd won previously. All in now. Monda Special having joined them. They're set for the last and they're away. And Cowie just a touch slow to move. Belgian began well. In the early stages of the race, our Nicker's not far off with Millzeal on the inside. Anglaise is going forward. Just behind them is Umida. Down to the judge they go. Belgian, the leader, from a Cowie on its inside. And wider out Anglaise in the light blue from No Chat to the centre. Our Nicker's on the rails. A length further back, Umida, Millzeal, and then came Belasco, who settles well back towards the 1,600 metres. And then Unbridled Secret, about a length and a half further back in the field at the end is Iona Columba, and then came Babe Zaharias in 3. Monda Special. Cowie's gone through to be the leader up the side at the 1,400. Anglaise went over to be second. In third placing, tracking wide, is Umida, followed then by Our Knickers on the fence right behind the leader, and then came Belgian. Almost a length to Millzeal, a touch worse in midfield on the inside rail, and she's followed No Chatter, Unbridled Secret. A length and a half, Iona Columba, and then came Belasco, followed Babe Zaharias, and 2 lengths to Monda Special. As they go down the back towards 1,000 to Cowie, the leader from Anglaise, and Umida, who's been wide much of the journey, in third place. A length and a half further back in the field is Our Knickers. Belgian running fifth the outside. 1 to Millzeal on the inside of Unbridled Secret, who's been 3 deep the trip. And then No Chatter in the centre. 1 further back is Belasco, taking closer order. 3 wide around Babe Zaharias, Iona Columba, and Monda Special was last when they negotiate that 800 turn. Up the side, and now Anglaise moved up to join a Cowie, and Umida is trying to make a line of 3 out there. 2 lengths further back, Our Knickers, Belgian, Unbridled Secret, and Millzeal together. Belasco starting her run around the outside of that bunch of horses, and she's starting to come home well. Anglaise goes to the lead ahead of a Cowie, who's kicking back on the inside. They're trailed by Belasco, getting to third, and then Monda Special. Babe Zaharias is making ground from well back on the inside. A Cowie got a second wind and leads from Babe Zaharias, and Monda Special out wide, then Belasco, followed by Anglaise. Monda Special is after a Cowie. 100 left to go. A Cowie in front. Monda Special running her down with Babe Zaharias the inside. A Cowie still in front. They hit the line. A Cowie just wins. Good fighting win that over Monda Special. And third placing to Babe Zaharias. Next to finish in the race was Belasco. Umida, and then came No Chatter. Anglaise knocked up, and then Our Knickers, Iona Columba, Belgian, Millzeal, and Unbridled Secret last in. She refused to yield and has made it 2 out of 2 in this preparation, and a winning double for Danny Nikolic. Number 10 is the winner, Cowie. Second placing goes to number 4, Monda Special, Matt Pumper. And third, number 1, Babe Zaharias, ridden by Stephen King. And the time 2 minutes and 12 seconds even. Fourth home was number 5, Belasco. So we've got them at 10, 4, 1 and 5 in the last on the program. Incidentally, news from Mark Guest to the extent that Spedanza is heading to the Warrnambool Cup and then possibly on to Adelaide after his win in the second event on the program. And Robert Smurden taking a good team over for the Goodwood too. Choreograph, the winner of the 5th event, is heading to the Goodwood along with the Bomber Bill, and Paraka is also heading to the Goodwood in South Australia. Okay, last on the card, 10, 4 and 1. Fourth home, number 5, Belasco, and 15 was number 6 on a slow track of racing at Moonee Valley today. Big program coming up at Flemington tomorrow. It's St Ledger Day, of course, ahead.
Refem at 890 and Covertly at 470. Covertly was a beaten favourite last start behind Redwold, running 4-7, the size produce.
Yes, another rematch following the Karrakatta Plate. Redwold scoring that day, beating Metalldale. Refem ran 3rd, Covertly finished 4th. Not always the case. We see the Karrakatta place getters Stepping out here in the Sire's Produce a fortnight later. Paul Harvey's made it interesting, riding Plastered, one that his wife Janelle Part owns with Leo and Jackie Galanti. Won a 3-year-old Class 1 on debut at Pinjarra Park. Now the starter heads to his stand and the 2-year-olds are almost set to go. In the Sire's Produce, Plastered walks in. He's the last to complete the line and the signal quickly turned on. Redwalt, the odds-on favourite, drawn the inside stall. All set. Racing. Oh, one of them went down onto its nose. Not quite sure which one it was. Refem bounced out very quickly from Master Minx, and Metaldale also sprung out of the gates very quickly. Whiting's going to have Redwalt back fourth on the inside as they settle into stride. From Price Monger, 1.5 further back is Lust for Dust, and then Plastered, Desolator, covertly back with only the 2 behind her. And they were Local Legend and the Black Cigar with 1,000 to go, and Refem has burned them off and settles in front. Refem pricks her ears. She's out 3/4 of a length on Metaldale. Master Minx over on the inside of Price Monger. Plastered's gone up 3 wide, joining Lust for Dust the middle, and then came Redwalt, who's over on the inside, bailed away. Covertly is next, tracking Plastered, coming along the side of the course, then Desolator and the Black Cigar, and now last Local Legend with 600 metres to travel in the Sire's Produce. It's Refem showing the way, looks to be hanging a little as they come onto the corner, 3/4 over Metaldale. On the fence, third Master Minx, followed by Plastered, splitting horses Price Monger, and now Whiting is able to extricate. Redwalt off the fence. He's about to switch out around the heels of Plaster when they turn, and then Covertly as they balance at the 250. Metaldale headed Refem 2 lengths away. Then is Redwalt, Plastered, and Covertly's coming with her run. The filly Covertly goes to Redwalt, hits the lead, and Covertly too good for Redwalt in the Sires. Photo third, Plastered or Metaldale, and they were followed by the Black Cigar. Then came Price Monger. Next home, Lust for Dust. Refem weakening from Master Minx, Local Legend, and the tail ender is Desolator. Number 10, Covertly, ridden by Paul King, has swept a victory in the Sire's Produce Stakes. Brilliant win. She settled down with only the 2 behind her, but King was quite happy to be back there. This is the way this filly has to be ridden. And she has come with a great burst. As we stand by for the official sectional to come to hand, the time for the race is 1:24.62. Covertly has beaten Redwalt, and on the inside, Metaldale may have just held on to third ahead of Plastered. But it was Covertly today tracking Redwalt. It was different to that in the Karrakatta Plate. And King rode her very, very coldly. She's a filly that you've got to sit back and come with 1 run. And he carried out his instructions to the letter. Number 10, Covertly, the winner of the Sires, beats 1, Redwalt. Ridden by Jason Whiting, third, number 2, Metaldale, Pat Carberry. 6, Plastered, has finished 4th. In 1:24.62, the infield sectional reads incorrect, 24.60, so we'll get that confirmed in a few moments. The winner, a brilliant filly by Metal Storm from Most Secret, raced by O. Hancock, the Oakland Park Stud Syndicate, managed by Neville Duncan, along with Mark Beeson, bred down there by Neville and Sue Duncan at Oakland Park Stud, trained by Stan Bates, and a copybook ride by Paul King. Beats Redwalt by King of Kings out of Marooned Lady, trained by Louis Luciani for Brian Bradley, Peter Walsh from Amelia Park Stud, Johnny Cyprian and R. Evans, ridden by Jason Whiting, and third is the consistent Metaldale, with placings in the Supremacy Perth Stakes, Karrakatta, and now the Sire's Produce by Metal Storm from Eskdale, raced by Mrs. M.E. Moore, trained by Fred Kersley and ridden by Pat Carberry. It's 10, 1, 2 and 6 after the running of the Sire's Produce Stakes, and Covertly today scoring her 4th win in 6 starts, her first group success. She's won 2 listed races, and today she triumphs in the final major for the 2-year-olds for 2003-04. And Wes Cameron is downstairs, and he's with the trainer of Covertly and Stan Bates.
Thank you, Darren. And
Righto, so top